You're listening to Truth, Wellness, and Psychic Adventures with Kristin and Polly, only on LA Talk Radio.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Oh my God, I was kind of spacing out there. I was looking out the windows at the birds.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. How are you today, Kristin?
You know, pretty good. Welcome to Truth, Wellness, and Psychic Adventures. I'm Kristin. This is the lovely Polly. We're here and we're ready for you. Before the show went on right now, I was telling Polly that I work really early on Wednesdays. So I go to the studio, I start teaching Pilates. Then I come home and we do this little shindig. But right when I ended my shift at the studio, I checked my phone and I'd gotten a notification from the local high school announcing that there was a perpetrator that had been cited. But don't worry, kids are fine. School's going to go on as per usual. There's just some helicopter activity and possibly a foot pursuit, but everything's going to be okay. So, to answer your question, Polly, I'm great because I'm very comforted with that message. Everything's going to be okay.
Isn't that comfort? Okay, to shift the vibration.
Okay, let's do that. I'm here for that.
Take a side step away from that. And what is something good, positive, loving, high vibrational in your life? This happened since the last show.
Oh, something that high vibe that's happened since the last show?
Yeah.
I went to the most amazing wedding over the weekend. And it was an explosion of love everywhere. It was it was a couple who were from two different worlds, but their worlds collided via a dating app called Hinge. And yeah. You know what's funny? We didn't know that. Like, we're at the wedding and John is good friends with the groom, but they're friends because they have worked together for different companies for decades. So it's not like someone he speaks to every day.
Yeah.
However, when they were up doing their vows, their minister from their church that they're very active in was giving like a little, it wasn't formal, but it was beautiful. And the pastor, whatever we're referring to him as, gave a spiel about how they met on Hinge. And everyone was like, what? Right during the ceremony, that's when it all came out. I'm sure many people knew, but it was just laughable. And then it happened at the beginning of COVID that they met. So they kind of did the whole, like, we're going to quarantine together. And they just...
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think that's how they became so close so quickly, is it was kind of, if you didn't have a large circle, it was a very solitude, lonely time for a lot of folks.
Did they move in together, like in a quick space and quarantine together?
My belief is yes.
Wow.
I know. Yep.
Huh. Well, you know what? I actually believe that we have many lives, but they only have this life as this, with this mentality.
Yes.
So, why not?
Oh, and it was so fun. It was so, yes, I'm focused on that vibration now. I like that.
I love it. Okay, on a side note, before we move on, is Hinge, hopefully this isn't too bad, but aren't a lot of those dating sites not so much dating sites, but just like to find a short-term friend?
To hook up? You know what? I love that you're asking me. Like, I know. Short-term friend. That's the new term. I like that. That's way more apropos. You know what? I bet there are. Oh, you know what's funny? Have you heard of this
Bumble
one?
And stuff. I think Bumble, I'm not sure because I haven't been out in that world for a bit, but I'm just curious. I'm not that curious.
Well, it is, thought-provoking. Like, I wonder. Because it all started with, like, Match.com was the first one that everybody heard about years ago. Yeah. And then it became like, I have so many clients who are newlyweds that they met their significant other on Match.com.
Well, I'll tell you this. If I was not partnered up with a boyfriend, you bet I would do a matchmaker. You bet. I would not screw around with, I guess I could find somebody out on the trails.
You know what though? Okay, like you said, that's Polly's hobby is what she loves to do is go hiking in the trails. She spends a ton of time on the trails. So if that's how you're spending your time, that's how you're going to meet someone. It's not like, and so as an adult, like an older person, which is what I am, what we are, you got to figure out like how are you going to meet someone? Are you going to go to a bar?
Go for the matchmaker.
Yes.
Just do it. Just go for the matchmaker.
I sure wish we had a website we could plug right now and be like,
well,
contact them.
I actually do, but I can't plug it for a few months. But I'm super excited about what
this will be a teaser then. We will follow up.
She's actually a psychic. She's a psychic life coach. Yeah. And I have no doubt that what she's doing is going to be phenomenal because
really,
she has this incredible integrity. So I am so excited.
So is she located somewhere or is it going to be like
on the West Coast? But I think the way she's doing it, there's different tiers. And I think the top tier, she guarantees you like 3 solid days in 6 months. But I think you would probably have to travel. Like,
okay.
For example, if you live in, Alaska and you're matched with somebody in Seattle, you might have to, but why not make it, go on a date where you have to hop on a plane.
That could be more fun. Exactly.
Have a little fun with it because you know what? Honestly, that's what you want. And if you're finding a boyfriend or a girlfriend, have some fun.
Oh, that should be the prerequisite. Will this be fun for me?
Will this be fun for me? 100%.
I love an intuitive matchmaker. That's so good.
I am so excited about I cannot wait to follow her success and follow the success of I just had a red cardinal fly by. Can't wait to follow
a lovebird. A lovebird flew by.
No, this is just the red cardinal, friend.
Oh, okay.
I can't wait to follow the success of her matchmaking business. I just am fascinated by it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
For the time being, I'm very happy with my boyfriend. So
I love that. Yes.
It's fun. It's got to be fun. Okay, so my high vibrational moment. Okay. Well, there's a few.
Oh, good.
I mean, I've been kind of busy, but I'll say, okay, this is a simple one. I mean, you know how I do. I'm like happier than a pig in mud, so to speak. if I'm outside on the trail, that makes me really happy. But yesterday, so I joined this new gym thing. It's kind of a health club, whatever. But I took this class. It's like a weightlifting class circuit type thing, and there's all different types of. There's probably like 10 of us. But the instructor, Kristin, was so awesome, and what made it high vibrational. He was so awesome because there's people of all different levels in there and all different ages. He was able to meet everybody where they were. And I love that, right? Like he was able to meet everybody. So everybody felt welcome. Everybody had a great time. I mean, there was one guy in there, I think, I don't know, in his 70s. I don't think he did crap, pardon my language. He talked about football, but it didn't matter.
What though? That's a sign of a great instructor.
He was awesome because everybody went in there and had a great time. And
they all got what they needed uniquely.
They all got what they needed. And I love that because sometimes, we put so much pressure on thinking this something needs to look this way and we have to do this. That's not what it's about. Like, allow yourself to have a little fun, even if it's different than you imagined. Why not?
Yes. And you may go into it not knowing exactly what you need, but knowing that you have a void and that there is a reason why you're being drawn there, and just kind of let it play out and trust that you're going to get out of it what you need out of it.
I loved it. I mean, I really admire people that can meet people where they are and support them in the way that best serves them. That's a true gift.
Ooh, agreed. I totally agree.
Especially when you have like a group of however many people were in there. Anyhow, it was really nice. I really appreciated that.
Yay! Are you sore today from your class?
I was a little bit, but not bad. I mean, I'll just tell you. My second high vibrational thing is that it's cooler, and so I was able to actually go out and run and go up some steep stuff, and it was just like, that makes me so happy.
Yes.
I mean, it just brings so much joy. It really does. It's like, it really is.
You know what it reminds me of? The movie, stay with me here. The movie Legally Blonde with Reese Witherspoon, when she's giving this argument on why the woman is innocent, and the woman works out all the time and is a fitness instructor, and she says people, something along the lines of, those who work out release endorphins. Endorphins make you happy, and happy people just don't kill their husbands. Now that's an extreme example, but I'm telling you, you get out there and your endorphins release and you're happy.
Yeah, it really does. And it's like, I guess part of it also is I feel like so incredibly grateful because Kristin, you know that I used to run marathons and I had a little health issue and I couldn't. And I always have like treasured, like it's always been a passion and something that just has brought me so much joy to be able to like run, trot, whatever. Sometimes fiercely and sometimes not so runs fiercely, right, on the trails. But then I couldn't do it for a few years, and so for me to be able to do it again, I'm not kidding, the joy that it brings me is remarkable.
It's funny when something is taken away, then given back, you appreciate it that much more because you know the absence of it. Yep.
And it's not that I didn't, because I always appreciated it. It's like I had to find another way of being. Like I just had to find another way of being. And so now I guess I have both. But I'm telling you, it's truly one of the things that brings me the most gratitude in my life. Is to be able to move my body on the earth. And believe me, it's not like I'm like winning races nowadays. It's just the act of moving my body on the earth, fueling the earth.
Yes. But you do move quickly.
Some days I do, some days I don't. And I also nap.
Oh, naps are the best. Anyway, I could go on and on about a good nap.
Let's manifest. Let's talk about manifesting.
Oh, okay.
Yes, manifesting now. Let's talk about manifesting. So you use crystals for your manifesting, right?
Yes. So that is a part of it. And I will tell you why. You know what? Let me show you why. Okay.
Yes, I love this.
Here, okay. I'll give you a backstory.
For kindergarten. Hold on.
BRB. Okay, this is my favorite crystal. It's a malachite. And it does a lot of things with manifesting. It's very empowering. It's very giving. It is appropriately green. It's got a financial abundance, everything is provided for me vibe. And I will say this. It was given to me years ago for my birthday from my friend April. She gave it to me and she loves crystals. And it's funny because, I never really I teach Pilates and I don't lead with any kind of like Zen, crystal, meditation, prayer, anything. I just teach. And sometimes it comes out a little bit. Well, she and I were vibing and she got me this for my birthday. And I put it in our old house in the office. And it was like right by, so whenever I would do the work, I would like touch it and just kind of be there with it, marinate on its energy. And then, and I'm talking like this was probably 6 or 7 years ago. You suggested one New Year's that we write out our 2-year plan, like our goals, what we wanted to see, and write it in like it's happening. Like fast forward 2 years and write who you are. So we did. And then this past New Year's, we took it out to dinner with us and we went through it. Every box was checked.
Oh, I love it.
Yes. And so I think a large part of it was due to this, because a lot of my goals centered around like financial and career advancement, and I would write it down and then I would use this as a paperweight and put it right on top.
I love that. I need that.
Oh, you do, for sure. And then, so that is what I first started feeling, because often you believe in something once it proves itself to you, or you start, finding success with it, then you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to open that crystal door and see what else I got. And then I started in with, because once you get one good crystal, it's just the floodgates pour open.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Is that the malachite that was lost in your bed last week?
Yes.
That thing is huge. How
Isn't
can
it?
you lose it in your bed?
And you know what's funny is I sent a picture of it to someone, maybe, was it April? I sent a picture of it to someone in the bed and the lighting was poor and they were like, oh my God, did your dog make a mess in your bed? I was like, no, it's a beautiful crystal.
I told my boyfriend that you lost a big crystal in your bed and he's like, well, does her husband like her to bring crystals to bed?
You know, I think we all in the family love this one. I know, we haven't. We're like, you know what? I just bring crystals. What do you want from me?
Oh my God.
So and then one of your retreats we went on, there was a crystal portion of the event. This is the one at Savannah in Sedona.
Yeah.
And so she brought in different grids that you could do, which I love that. So it wasn't huge rocks. It was smaller stones and a variety. So it wasn't limited to one stone. But the grids were like health and wellness, peace, so many, a career, things like that. And then I did the abundance money one. So it was just this, I'll show you actually. Again, with show and tell. Here you go.
I love it. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Wait,
so,
but where's that one that you have that you showed me pictures? That other one, that really.
oh no, it's this one. But I put the rocks on it and then I take them off, and it's on my little shelf. Yeah.
Okay, so people have to go to the Instagram to see what it looks like finished,
Yes.
because that doesn't do it justice.
No, it doesn't. You know what? Maybe let's see how high tech we can get here.
Yeah, that does not do it justice to see.
It doesn't.
That doesn't do it, because normally Kristin has this thing, like this beautiful. I mean, but you could glue the pieces on there or something, right?
You can, but I like to redo them, and like under the full moon, I reposition them. Let me see if I can show you.
Energy.
Yeah.
Super glue on their crystal.
I mean, it's controversial, but I guess people have done it. Let me show you.
Well, let's see if she can do this, because you also made that great video for me that you.
Yes. Yeah.
With
that was good. I'm really proud of that.
Yeah, it really was. And it was like, okay, so it was kind of like everything that she's talking about now, her manifesting. Like, it must have been like one evening you kind of woke up in the evening. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I love that. Oh, and it's everything you have around it. I love that.
Yeah. So that's you can tell the little spiral in the middle is the grid. And I just held up like the little paper that says abundance and money. And then all around it, you can tell I've got the malachite, the big guy. He's right there. And then I have a little, like all my favorite stones. And of course, certain stones vibrate with certain elements and wants and needs and things that you want to create or feel. But I really feel like it's very much like you said, when you're finding an energy healer, you kind of just go with what feels good. When you're thinking about adding a crystal to your world, you just go with what feels good. Yeah. Definitely.
Absolutely. But I do believe having a trusted, like if you have a trusted hair person, have a trusted whatever.
Yes.
Realtor, have your trusted crystal guru that you're getting ethically sourced crystals.
Yes.
Etc.
Yeah, for sure. Like, okay, so this is another favorite one I got to show you. I'm really excited about this show and tell situation.
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't it pretty? It's an apophyllite.
Oh, I think I'm getting one of those.
You will love it.
Okay, and here's the thing. I wasn't familiar with it, and the trusted crystal guru is she kept showing it to me. She's like, keeps wanting me to get it, and I'm like, but it's big.
It's big, and it's happy. Like everyone loves this crystal.
That's the thing, is it's like supposed to be good for your third eye, but it's also like relieves anxiety. It's like a really healing stone. So you like it.
I love it. Apophyllite might be like malachite. I love because it provides everything I need, like material wise. Apophyllite gives me everything I need on the inside.
Okay, I'm getting it. I'll text her as soon as we're done, because she keeps asking me if I want that. And I'm like, I don't know. But now, thank you. Thank you for that clarity. So now I'm going to put it like in front of a fireplace in the stone room.
Yes, I love that.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much, because I I wasn't familiar with that, and I was looking at it, but it didn't hold. I was like, do I really want it? Well, here's another funny thing about it. This is very funny. I think it has lithium in it.
Does it?
I think so, and I'm pretty sure. I think that's what she told me yesterday, and so I think that's one of the calming aspects. I mean, you're not eating it, but
I'm not licking it. I'm not eating it.
I think it has something like. I think it does. We'll have to do a little research on that and get back to you. Maybe that's just what I heard. Maybe
no, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna mark that down in my notes, and we will follow up next week with the lithium report.
Populite has lithium in it. Why not?
Populite. Exactly.
Okay, thank you. And I'm gonna see if she can give me some malachite also. And
for sure.
Here's the other thing. I was telling somebody, the crystal guru, because I spoke with her yesterday, that I was working so much on like abundance and that type of stuff in the past year, like kind of, getting things in order, that type, manifesting, that type of stuff. I had kind of put off love. Like I had put off like just this simple love. And so I was like, I got to get some rose quartz in here.
Yes, you do.
Because
yes, you do.
I need just like the basic, like I need to forget. I mean, and now I'm at a place where I can, but just like forget, where we feel like we have to hustle and get things in order. I'm like, screw that. Now I'm ready to just have fun and feel love.
Yes, such is the ebb and flow of life. Yeah.
Such is.
Exactly. Okay, so you also have a super cool crystal, your citrine.
I do. It's smoky citrine. It's in another room. And I have to say, like, to get real citrine, so the thing about citrine is it can be manufactured, like they can take amethyst and put it in heat. And so then they falsely make, that's probably not the right word, but it's man-made citrine. But to get real citrine, it's not going to have that. It's not that really bright yellow orange,
Okay. Yeah, because that's what we know it as. Let me see if
so it's a little bit different. So mine is smoky citrine. So but I love, that's probably not to hurt anybody's feelings, but it's one of my favorite crystals.
Really?
Yeah, I love it.
Did you get it from Carolyn?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Which, if anybody's interested, when we refer to the crystal guru, it's Carolyn Fike, and her thing is Soul Sister. I think
Soul Sisters 108.
Yeah, but we can put that on the Instagram thing, right? She
makes
really cool. Well, this is a mala. Actually, this is a mala. I've got tons of her stuff. This is actually made by a monk, and I love these things. But anyhow,
this is one that she made me.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and I requested rose quartz on there, and then
what else is with it?
The black, I believe, is pyrite. Is it? Oh, no. It's black. Turmeric. No, what is it?
Turmeric. Wait, so it must be like
it's not turmeric. I'll think of it in a minute. It is not a turmeric necklace, just in case you're wondering.
Protective and because it's those protective and strength with
tourmaline.
Oh, see, okay, now that's that stone that I always wore that came off.
Which is a story in and of itself, but
it truly is a story in itself. One day I will.
One day. I'm just going to put my malas on now. There we go.
One day I will write about that. Okay. But I do love, I love, crystals open up the door to various.
Yes. Yeah. They open up a door, and they also provide like a lot of protection. Oh, you know what I have here, like right by the desk situation? Shungite.
Oh.
And it's enough. Purple? No, it's black.
Oh, huh.
It's black, and it's like right when we all kind of had to quarantine and shut down for COVID, and the kids had to do school at home and everything was on Zoom. I ordered these little like home office crystal protection kits, and it came with amethyst, pyrite, shungite, and maybe like something else. Maybe, but this was the most important one, I felt like. because what it does is it kind of equalizes all the electromagnetic frequencies that come out of the technology that aren't good for us. So I have that in every like charging station that we have. I have one in our bedroom. We have like some stuff going on, cords and things. I put one there. This is by the computer. And I just feel like it kind of brings everything back down.
That's a nice idea. I think I should do that.
You should.
But maybe, if you're like, my computer's up against a window, do you think that dissipates some of it? I hope.
I think if we want to, it does. If we manifest that hard enough. Oh, and then you know what else I have? I have to show you these. Oh my God, I love this show and tell.
Yeah, you're doing a nice job. Wait, are you in your office and you just have all your crystals at your feet right now?
I just marinate in crystals all day, so this is how I roll. Okay, selenite is your charging crystal, and it's kind of, I always, without fail, even in the full moon, if I don't gather all my big daddy crystals and take them outside, I always put the selenite out there to soak up the energy from the moon. And I have this one. How cute is this? It's just your little...
Oh, that's very cute.
Isn't it? And then I have a wand.
Ooh, that's pretty.
I love this. Yeah, it's good. So those are my selenite. And then I have a couple little ones scattered throughout the house. And then I told you, when we did our remodel here, I had different crystals that I placed in the walls. So much so that we had to tell the construction crew, look, the rocks are supposed to be there. Just go ahead and leave them.
I love that.
I loved it too. I really felt like I took time, I did research and put like different things in different kids' rooms and like rose quartz all over my bedroom.
Come over and help me, because that's kind of what I'm doing right now, is figuring out like different crystals for the outdoors and different crystals for the indoors.
Yes.
So, wait, so you'll be here for, you won't really be here for very long next week. Maybe an hour before.
Is that next week?
It is next week, friend.
Yes, I will be there. You know what? I could leave earlier on Friday and arrive earlier.
I think you should.
All right, let's do that.
Well, okay. We'll figure that out. But I would love to get feedback, like a plan, because Carolyn is going to bring some crystals for me, but I would love to I'm just getting a smattering right now, but I would love to get an idea of like more, like I want to balance. To be honest, like I know a little bit about crystals, but they're not I don't know that much about them.
Yeah, I don't feel like I know that much either, but there's some things that have been impactful, and I love that, and then I kind of hang on to that. But I just love that you use the word smattering too. That gave me joy.
Well, because you know what, like my jewelry, I don't have anything on right now, but when I do wear it, I know. But when I do wear it, I love having the moonstone ring, having a garnet, like having different things that mean that have properties. Like I want to be very intentional about the jewelry, the properties that I wear.
That's smart. Yeah, that's smart.
I really do. And to me, it's important that I'm getting something, like one of my favorite jewelers is Jess Mahari, and all of her stuff is ethically sourced. And so I love that also. Mm-hmm. So.
And she has beautiful pieces too.
She does, for sure. But, I'm going to be the first person to say I have to look, like that pendulum thing that I had to, actually, she's the one that chose that for me. But, I look at something great. These are the properties I want. And then I choose the stone from that.
Yes, that's good. Yeah.
Okay. So here's where I am. As you know, I did a remodel. But now I'm gonna finish it in the spring. And I also did the exterior, the land remodel also. But in the corner of the property, there's this little area that I had them clear with a little machine, a little grater machine. They drove it back there, and so now it's surrounded. It's right next to preserve, and where the little hiking trail is. And it has is it Palo Verde, whatever. That tree, that scrubby tree in Arizona. So I have that on one side. I have a lot of that, and then I have a lot of cactus. And then so I had them create a circle and put stones So it's a completely closed circle. And it just sat there. And it has a cactus in the middle, a big tall cactus in the middle. And it just sat there for, I don't know, like 5 months. Like I knew I was going to do something with it, but I didn't know exactly what. And now I know it is like my manifesting and my gratitude circle.
I love
It's
that.
yeah, and so it got me kind of thinking that one of the things about manifesting is we have to clear a space.
Mm-hmm.
We have to clear a space. So whether it's because lots of times people don't even know what they want in their life.
Okay, this is so true. You have to get intentional. And sometimes half the battle is just creating time. And that's what a manifesting circle does. It says, okay, this is what you're going to do here. So when you come to that room, it's very perfect. Like when you go to the kitchen, you know it's food related, or you're going to get some water, some of that. When you go to the bathroom, you know what's up in there. Like we all have a space and we know what happens in the space. So when you create it, it almost invites you in and it becomes a more exciting thing. You're eager to go and do it and it becomes so purposeful with what you want. I love that.
But it's also like allowing yourself, we talk about the phases of the moon. So it's also allowing yourself to recognize, sometimes we have a lot of energy to manifest and sometimes we don't. And so to like clear a space, clear your mind, let go of stuff, clear things out and just let it be. Just like,
Yes.
just be like, this is where I am in life right now. This is what I have. This is how I feel. And just sit with that for a while before you start getting amped up on the manifesting. Because I think it's important to allow things to settle.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
it doesn't have, allow things to settle, allow the distractions to fall away, allow things to just, to kind of have this barrenness, this void.
Like you're starting from a clean slate.
You're starting from a clean slate. So even if people have a crap load of stuff, like for you, you're multifaceted, you're raising kids, you have a business, you're a wife, mother, etc. So even if you're multifaceted and one area of your life, you're like, wow, I want to change this. Even if it's just that one area that you start releasing the distractions, you start bringing it down to the bare minimum. Good enough. You probably can't do it in all areas of your life. It's great if you can, but if you can't, that one area, let it chill. Get rid of the distractions, bare minimum, and then start bringing in what you want. And so now my little circle, it was hotter than hell this summer. It was being baked. The wind goes over it. It's like sweat clean. So the other night I went through, it was on the new moon. So I went through and I released, I let go of my old affirmative prayers that no longer fit me. And I put rose petals on the perimeter. And then last night I put marigold petals around. I know, it's so pretty. And I put my first crystal in it yesterday. And so now I go out there and I'm like doing, kind of like, it's not chanting, but I go in there and walk my little circle. And it's like with my affirmative prayers, like what I'm calling in, what I'm grateful for, and what I'm calling in. And I love it because it's a clean slate. And it's just what I'm bringing into it. I'm very intentional about what I'm bringing into it.
That's so perfect. I want to
it.
do that. I'm like, I want that. That is
you
so.
You can come and sit in it. There's
my
room
gosh.
for you.
I'll bring my malachite.
Oh my God, you should. I need to get a little piece of it and put it in there. So I'm going to be like I'm going to get a big crystal for in there, but I'm going to have just like smaller crystals in there also. I'm so excited about it. But
That's
it's
awesome.
so, it's like, you know how people have, people talk about walking meditation and walking prayer. That's what this little area is turning into. It's really cool. Like it's really bringing me this sense of peace. Like I love it. And I love the other thing is like being able to take the time and allow it to form. Like I'm not rushing into thinking that it needs to be a certain way.
Yeah, that's what I love hearing this because it's happening very organically for you. And that's
Absolutely.
the best kind. That's when you know it is what it needs to be and it's just flowing naturally. This is so fun to watch.
Well, and here's another thing. Like, I was just talking to one of my clients yesterday, and she's been kind of, well, and I kind of do this in my small group coaching thing. Same thing. Like, let things come in and kind of, just go slow. Let things start to take form and decide if you like it. Pretend it's like a little gingerbread man. And if you don't like the way it's looking, tear off an arm. Build it again.
I love that analogy. It's very vivid in my head. If you don't like the way it's forming, just tear off an arm. It'll regenerate. It'll be fine. And go again. Yes, that's exactly it. And do it knowing all is well.
And sometimes that dough ball is not a good piece to work with at all. Just get rid of it and start again. And that's
Ditch the
okay.
dough ball. Exactly.
Ditch the dough ball. It's okay to do that. But that's real life. I mean,
Completely.
how many times do we start stuff and we're like, no, no, thank you.
And it should be that way. I feel like a lot of times kids, when they try something and then we are like, no, that was wrong and do it this way, there's no sense of embracing the idea that that is truly what life is. It's about sampling this,
Yes.
figuring out if you want more or less, or did that turn you on to something else? Like, this is life. And it should be that way. You embrace what you want, you move on and grab something
And
else.
what a skill set, right? For people to learn that at a young age, to know it's okay to say no. Like,
Exactly.
this isn't a fit for me. And you can always mature and come back to it later on when it is a fit for you. But it's okay to walk away from something that doesn't feel right.
Exactly. No matter
Right,
what the reaction is from others, it'll be okay.
Yeah, because think about in past generations, you'd get a job and you'd stay there for 30 something years, whether or not it was a good fit for you.
Even if you came home and bitched about it the entire dinner with your family and put out all the negative vibes, you would get up and go again the next day for 37 years.
You'd do it again, and you'd tell your family you're doing it for them, so they can have food to eat.
What could go wrong there? And this is how we break the generational curse, people.
Yes, so it is a skill set to be able to take your time and enjoy the process. That's the other thing is like, okay, and to be honest, Kristin, I think this comes with age. I'm guessing. I'm thinking because I'm 57 years old. So I'm thinking do you agree? Do you think it's something that comes with age, or do you think it's something that
enjoying the process?
Yeah.
I do, because we have built some trust and faith in that everything's going to be okay. We've lived enough trials and tribulations to know, like, it's going to work out, and I've only got a set number of days here, so I might as well find the joy in the process. We've set enough goals for ourselves and achieved enough to know, like, there's always something more after you achieve the goal. You meet the milestone, so you might as well. Yeah, I do. To answer your question with the longest answer in the world, yes, I do believe it comes with age.
But maybe that's the ticket, is maybe if we teach younger generations, or younger generations can because they probably come in knowing that and then it's smashed out of them. Maybe if younger generations can just embrace going with the flow and letting things go when they want to, and avidly pursuing other things, that is enjoying the process.
Yes. It's so funny you said, like, they come in, babies come in knowing, like, all's well, they do it right, and then we smash all that out of them and instill all the limited beliefs and pain and suffering into them. It would be a fun thing to have, like, a civilization where kids are born and immediately raised with this high vibe, you got it experience, and to see how they turned out compared to the rest of the hot mess of the world.
And but even with that, like, knowing that because you've got 3 kids, they're all different, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my 3 kids are all different. And so knowing that they all, God, there's not a one thing for everybody.
There really isn't. Try as we
And
might. No, there is
yeah,
not.
and some people are just wired to be those ultra achievers. They just
Hmm.
are. And then others are just like happy being very chill. And
Yeah.
and to be able to accept them like how they are, right? To be able to accept them like,
Which
okay,
is, I think, the job of the parent. Like we have to, and that's not, socially, the norms are like the kids that get the accolades and the parents that get the accolades are the ones that have these amazing kids that are all-star athletes, geniuses, like they are gorgeous, they're doing all the things.
yeah,
And so when you're seeing that and you're not that, automatically you're like, well, wah,
yeah,
wah. Instead of thinking we do great things and we're happy and good
yes.
for you. Like
Yeah, it's so interesting because
mhm.
like to allow people to have a different perspective on life of like what I don't. It's just so interesting. Like what is a meaningful life? And truly, for some people, a meaningful life is winning the race, right?
Yes, yeah.
And for other people, the meaningful life is just being able to go out there and race,
And
right?
some just want to cheer friends on.
And some just want you to cheer friends on. But it's so interesting because we are wired that way from being,
Yes. Oh,
from
yeah.
little
Hmm.
kidling,
Yep.
right?
And that's why this is so random and off topic, but not really. That's kind of how we roll. You know that phrase that you hear often, life starts outside your comfort zone or something
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
that? I have a problem with that phrase
Oh, I do
because
too.
I feel like
I
your
totally do.
comfort zone is your comfort zone because of your intuition and things you
I
know and you've
agree.
picked up on.
I totally agree.
Yeah,
I
like let's
totally
just
agree.
let's do the
I
best.
I get okay. So here's the thing. I get it because there are some people. I totally agree with you. Like for me, it's just like that phrase is. I would almost categorize it as offensive, but there are some people who truly need assistance with accountability, and so for those people, I think they can relate to it and be like, yes, I need somebody to help me see my potential or whatever. But for the people that have no problem with accountability, it feels overstepping. It feels offensive. It feels, I can't stand it.
I can't, it feels pushy and like you're telling them your boundaries. You don't know yourself.
Yeah,
Let me
no,
tell you what your boundaries are. Yeah,
no.
I'm not a fan.
I do not like that. And you know what? I love a good personal trainer, but I'll tell you, if they're offensive and like, I'm not there.
No.
Like
There's
you have to find that sweet spot of like being able to do what you can do, but not like expect climb to the mountain and do 20 push-ups and whatever, because I may not be able to do 20 push-ups at the top of the mountain.
and then flip a tractor tire down and hit the ropes.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, we and I want to be able to find the fun in it too.
It's all fun. It
It's got to
is. It
be.
should. You got to find fun every single day. Every single
Yes.
day, find some fun, even if all it is like laughing at something that's like that you think the irony of it, right? And laughing at
Yes.
it. I mean, there's a gift in that.
There is. Oh
There is
yeah.
a gift. Being able to laugh at yourself, oh my God. I do some real doozies every single day.
I do the doozies and then I text you and a few other friends about my doozies. And then I'm like, if I'm going to laugh at me, let the joy run rampant.
Exactly. It's too good. It's too good to not share.
We have 5 minutes left. What
Yeah, we
happened?
got to share a card is what we have
Yes.
to do. We
Okay.
have to each share a card. Um,
We'll do the energy of the week. Is that our
yeah.
vibe? Okay.
Yes, that is our vibe. I'm feeling it's good, but we'll let the cards share that.
You know what? We certainly will.
Yeah, life is really good. Hallelujah, praise Jesus.
Thank you, God.
Okay, so that could be a moment of irony. How we're saying hallelujah, praise Jesus, thank you, God, and we rip up our tarot cards. Right?
You know what? As one does.
As one does, with a smile on their face.
Totally. Laughing at themselves. Okay, I got to show you this. Okay, so if we remember, pop quiz, everyone, what was the malachite? What was my favorite part about the malachite? What did it bring me?
Abundance, right? Oh, I love that. And that's one of my favorite cards. I love
Ace
that.
of Trees, abundance.
I love
Yeah,
that.
and this I think is just like, this is opportunity. This is growth. I think I'm feeling like career and finances vibes. Maybe a project is coming your way, but worthiness. You are definitely worthy of manifestation. So take the time and be clear on what you're manifesting, and don't do it as a tedious task. I think do it and have fun with it.
Have fun.
And just know you're worthy. Like, you deserve it. Who else better than you to receive it?
Who else? Okay, I have to tell you something funny that just popped into my head. You remember last week we talked about Geminis briefly, and you happen to be a Gemini, and I had said in the past that I was unsure of Geminis.
And then we won you over.
And then okay. I was listening to my music this morning out on the trail, and I think it was a Luke Bryan song, and there was a phrase in it about being a Gemini, like how that was like a bad thing, being a Gemini. I thought that was so funny.
I'm going to research that too.
Of course. Well, I listen to camp radio station, but Luke Bryan comes up a lot.
I like Luke Bryan.
I love Luke Bryan. Yeah,
We'll have him on as a guest in a couple weeks.
I don't know how he fit in, but I do love him. I love his stuff is so meaningful. I love the energy. Okay, so guess what? The Sun, one of my favorite cards, because it is all about abundance. It's all about just the beauty of. It's all about the zest of life, the manifesting. It's like nothing can go wrong. It's just like this is you. You have it. This is you. I really like it. Like, look at it, and it almost reminds me of like your solar plexus just bursting open.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. And on the bottom,
the two people like Gemini twins.
Yeah, well, I was going to say they could be Gemini twins because it does have the horoscope. It does have like all the little, but when I looked at it, I was like, no, that's like a little boyfriend or a girlfriend, or it could be two girlfriends or two boyfriends, whatever you want. But they're just having fun. They're just like under the sun. They found themselves through a matchmaker. They're just radiating the love of life.
Yes, they're having fun. They're finding fun in everything.
That is this card, radiating the love of life.
Oh, I love that. I love that for us.
So radiate the love of life today, this week. Radiate the love of life.
Find it.
You can't go wrong. I do. I love that card.
That's a good one. We had a good vibe. Like, it's cohesive, abundance, fun, manifesting. Yeah.
Because the other deck, like one of the traditional tarot cards, has the horse with the little angel or the little person standing.
Okay. Okay.
It's still a beautiful card. I love the sun. Okay, so for people to find, I know that you're ramping up your healing business, but
yes.
We'll save that for another show. I'm super excited about what you've been doing with that. You've had a lot of success.
Yes, we'll leave it as a teaser, and I'll fill you in the weeks to come.
I am very excited about that. But how else can people find you?
You can look up garagepilates.net. That's our website. On Instagram, follow Garage Pilates. Follow truth.wellness.psychic for the radio show podcast Instagram. And then Polly?
So you can find me at my website, pollywirum.com, where I post blogs bi-weekly. And you can find my writing on Your Tango or Eden Magazine, and then on this lovely radio show. And
here we are.
I'm just super excited. And next week will be next weekend. So not this weekend. So it starts on the full moon. It's hard to imagine. On the full moon, Kristin and I are having a great retreat
in Sedona.
Yeah, it's going to be very fun with the Crystal Guru.
Yes, follow along on Instagram. We'll post lots of pictures, reels, and lives. We'll go live at least once or twice.
Yeah, we'll have equine therapy. We're having a shaman. We're having a really beautiful. She does beautiful yoga. How would I say? It's yoga, but it's more than that. And Kristin hasn't met her yet, but she will. Anyhow, super excited to share this with everybody.
Yes.
And it's our time to go. But once again, thank you so much. And remember, make the most out of it. Just live your best life.
Go live your best life. Until next week.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
You're listening to Truth, Wellness, and Psychic Adventures with Kristin and Polly, only on LA Talk Radio.